How you doing, everybody? It's your boy Trey. Back with another video. I haven't done an article review in a while, and this article is from Men's Journal, and I think it basically says it's from a message from a Olympic lifter saying there's only 2 lifts that every man should do, or basically like fail proof, or I don't know, something proof your body. I didn't really look at the title completely. I just saw it and just figured it would have been a good video to make with. And the 2 lifts, I guarantee it's probably squatting and bench press. I guarantee it has to be that. It has to be. And like I said, this is from an actual Olympic weightlifter. So we're gonna get to this article from Men's Journal. So before we get to there, go ahead and hit that like button, sub if you haven't already, and please leave a comment and tell me what you think. All right. So without further ado, let's get into this article. All right. Yep, like I said, it's from Men's Journal, the health and fitness section, which I pretty much do actual articles, most articles from. Olympic lifter West Kids shares the 2 lifts every man needs to future-proof his body. So that we said future-proof. I knew it was something proof. I almost said body-proof, but I think that defeats the purpose, I think. So, 2 compound movements are key to powerful legs and a strong core, even more important for everyday activities. Like I said, my guess is the squat and the bench press. That's my choices. That's why I haven't read this, so that's my guess which 2 it is. Squat for sure. I think it's one of them. I don't know which one. I don't know what the second one is. I'm just taking a guess. It's the bench press. When it comes to total body exercise that build muscle and power, those 2 staples higher praise than the back squat and the conventional deadlift. Okay, it's deadlift. Okay. I thought it was going to be bench press. Okay, deadlift. In tandem with other exercises, they're sure to strengthen your core and lower body. But yeah, in the back squat, your core does stabilize the body. Now, your core really doesn't really help in the deadlift. Really don't stabilize it because your core acts as a antagonist to the deadlift. And conventional deadlift is basically the traditional deadlift. So core is not really used in the deadlift, but the core is very important in the back squat. So when one Team USA's top Olympic weightlifters suggested the movement should be a key part of everyone's workout routine, they weren't exactly surprised. Well, the back squat, well, I use the low bar squat. It's already in my everyday routine. Now, deadlift, not so much, even though those videos I posted about me lifting 455, 475, and 500, I was even shocked myself that I could lift that much because I never attempted more than 4 or 5, and that was back when I was in the military. But yet, me being 20 years older, be able to lift much more than my 21-year-old self, yeah, I take it any day. And I'm gonna try my best to move this little ad out of the way. I'm gonna try to cut it out. There's never a point in time in your life where you don't need to be able to squat. Oh yeah, you need to squat. Sitting down alone is squatting. just going to sit down alone is squatting. And if you're picking up something off the floor, guess what? You technically are doing a deadlift, depending on what it is. If you pick up something off the floor, if you go down to your touch your heels with your butt, that's technically a squat. Yeah, or you make it a deadlift, depending on how you do it. So either way it goes, you're doing a squat. Deadlift, you're picking up something from the floor anyway. Kids tells Men Journal. We need to be able to use our legs. We need that range of motion. It's probably the most important movement, that and deadlift. We never stop needing to pick stuff up. Yeah, I just explained that. Kissing no strength to the power of back squats and deadlift. He's an Olympic weightlifter after all. Set to compete. Of course, I was like the second to last day of the Olympics. I know I'm a little late getting this because I've been doing other shit. So sorry about that. But before he made his Olympic debut in Tokyo, he placed 10th at the 2018 World Lifting Championship, setting a Pan American record in 2019. He was just your typical athlete playing t-ball as a child, hitting the gym with his bodybuilder dad. Hey, at least he had motivation. At least he had a bodybuilder dad. People like me, I had to get into weightlifting myself. I didn't have to motivate. I had nobody pushing me. I had to get into it myself. Bodybuilder dad, playing football throughout high school and college. It wasn't until he participated in first weightlifting competition after college he started CrossFit that he turned to his favorite hobby into a job. Yeah, most CrossFitters, they are strong, but most of them ain't that athletic. I think I mentioned that in one of my failed compilations. Since he started lifting professional, kids traded in back squats and deadlifts for competition lifts like cleans and jerks and snatches. Now, the thing with cleans, jerks, and snatches, yes, those do incorporate squats and deadlifts, but you gotta have good upper body strength, decent upper body strength to do those too, particularly shoulders and good shoulder mobility. And that's one thing I don't have. I don't have shoulder mobility, so that's why I don't really do the Olympic lifting as much, especially a snatch or a jerk. Well, I can do the jerk, but I can't really do a snatch. I don't want to pop my shoulder out. Anyway, but on days from being one of the top weightlifters where he coaches clients at Be Somebody Gym in Knoxville, Tennessee. Hey, that's not far from where I'm at. And always add squats and deadlifts to their programs. Yeah, My clients, I make them do a leg. I make them do legs a bit more than arms. Yes, I do fit in arms, but I make them do legs because legs are very important, especially my male clients. They hate leg day, and I make them do it. I make them do it. My female clients seem to like leg day. It's my male clients that hate leg day. I don't know why. Anyway, so take it from pro lifter. These two compound moves, a long time complement exercise, and you'll have Olympic-sized legs and rock solid core in no time. The high bar back squat. I hate the high bar because I don't have the knee integrity to do the high bar. It's more front loaded to some degree. All right. Why is it effective? I'm not going to really get into specifics on that. You gotta have good ankle mobility to do high bar squat. You gotta have good knee integrity to do high bar squat. So since I got knee problems, high bar squat is not really good for me. And yes, the high bar squat, it hits your glutes, quads, hamstrings, your calves. It hits all that. It's more even with the high bar squat. Of course, I'm not going to get into how to do it. I'm going to let y'all read that. Leave that for a second. All right, go to the next one, conventional deadlifts, which is the traditional deadlift, which most people, when they do the deadlift, they don't dip their hip, basically dip their butt down to get your legs under it. Most people do it just bend up and they just do all back, low back and glutes. You're just going to mess your back up doing that. Like you're supposed to drop. This is a good position. You're supposed to drop and get your legs under it, then put your back into it. So that's why I'm able to do the 500 like I can. And I think I'm able to do more, but why it's effective, I'm not going to really, like I said, I'm not really going to get into this one too, but deadlift, squats don't really translate to deadlift that well, but deadlift does help with, if you think about it, it helps with grip strength, shoulder strength, and some core strength. Actually, deadlift do help with some core strength to some degree. But like I said, deadlift is still more posterior chain, which means it puts more emphasis on the back muscles of your legs, your glutes, your hamstring, your calves. Your quads are still involved, but they only do maybe 15-20% of the work, while your low back, glutes, and hamstrings are doing the majority of the work in the deadlift. Oh, that's just how to do it, so I'm not going to even get into that. So that is it for this. I'm not going to get into more into that. So after reading this article, it's good to incorporate squat, deadlift as much as possible. Every time I do leg day, I'm always doing squats. I'm not always doing deadlifts, but hip thrust is a good substitute to deadlifts. And people tell me, well, how's a good substitute? Because you work in almost the same exact muscle as the deadlift. Except because when you do hip thrust, think about it. You basically kind of doing the same movement as the deadlift. You're still hitting your low back, you're still hitting your glutes, and you're still hitting your hamstrings. And depending on the position of your feet, you can make it more glute focused or hamstring focused. So yeah, so hip thrust can translate to deadlifts, but squats not so much to some degree. But anyway, basically saying some of y'all men out there need to do more leg day. Yeah, y'all need to do more leg day. We already know women like to do leg day. They just seem to neglect the upper body day part. But anyway, that's enough said for me. There's nothing else for me to say again. So if you made it this far, go ahead and hit that like button. Sub if you haven't already. Please leave a comment, tell me what you think, and hit that notification bell for all future uploads. So that's enough for me. I think I talked enough on this one. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Y'all have a good one, and peace.